Hey everyone, today for our class we're going to be making a leaf sun catcher, a beautiful, colorful craft. Here's the supplies you'll need today. 2 pieces of wax paper, approximately a foot long, a paintbrush, scissors, a black marker, white liquid glue, colored tissue paper, and a leaf outline printed from the internet. There's a lot of different kind of leaf outlines you can print off the internet, so you can print off whichever leaf you like best. The first thing I'm going to do is take one of the pieces of wax paper and lay it flat over the outline I printed off the internet. Then with my black marker, I'm going to trace the entire outline. You want to use your other hand to stabilize the wax paper so it doesn't move around and you can get the best possible leaf shape. If you need help with tracing, please ask a parent, guardian, or staff for help. Now I'm going to prep the tissue paper. Tissue paper typically comes folded in thirds as you see here. I found leaving it this way is the best way to cut strips for this project. I'm going to cut a strip approximately an inch from the bottom all the way across. And when I open it up, I have a fairly even strip of tissue paper. I'm going to repeat the process for a second strip of the light yellow tissue paper. I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 strips of every color tissue paper I have, which will be more than enough for this project, so I can either save the excess for another project or recycle it if I don't use it. Now I need to cut each strip of tissue paper into smaller pieces. I'm going to cut it up into squares. The squares don't have to be perfect, and some may end up looking like rectangles, and that's okay. It works. If you need help cutting, please ask a parent, guardian, or staff for help. Now go ahead and repeat this process for each sheet of colored tissue paper. Now that we have the tissue paper ready, it's time to glue it to our outline. The first thing I'm going to do is flip the side that we drew the outline on over to the bottom. Now with the glue, I'm going to put a small amount onto the wax paper. I don't want to put too much at a time or it may dry before I can put on the tissue paper. So when the glue's on, I'm going to use my paintbrush to paint it smooth. You'll notice I'm painting outside the line of the leaf, and that's okay. For this project, we want to go outside the lines. So when the glue's painted flat, I can go ahead and start adding my tissue paper to the wax paper. I'm alternating the color of tissue paper I'm putting on, as well as overlapping it to make sure the entire leaf will be covered. It's up to you what color tissue paper you use, as well as how many colors you use. I chose these colors because it's fall time and they reminded me of fall, but you can choose whichever colors and however many colors you like. Once I've covered the part that I've already glued, I'm going to add some more glue and once again paint it down flat before adding more tissue paper. As I mentioned before, this is a project where we want to go outside the lines. So make sure to stick some of that tissue paper over the lines because we're going to be cutting it off in the end, and having tissue paper all the way to the edge gives the leaf a fuller look. There's no specific way I'm laying down these colored tissue papers. I'm just putting them the way I think the design might look best. If your tissue paper crumbles a little bit, try to flatten it out best you can because we want our leaf to be flat. Here's a closer view of the process. Once again, I'm going to add some glue and paint it down flat before adding the tissue paper. Place the tissue paper however you like and make sure to go outside the lines. Repeat this process until you finish the leaf. Once the leaf is covered, I need to attach a second piece of wax paper. To do this, I'm going to put some more glue on top of the tissue paper and paint it down flat with my paintbrush. You want to brush down glue over the entire tissue paper area, making sure everything lies flat and is covered in glue. Once the tissue paper is covered in glue, I'm going to add some more glue along the outside of the outline. This will make sure the second sheet of wax paper is fully glued to the edge of the leaf shape. Now that the glue spread out, I'm going to add my second piece of wax paper. I'm going to roll it out and gently press it down on top of the first piece of wax paper. You want to press it down gently so you can try to make it as smooth as possible. Once you've pressed the two sides together, you want to let this dry. Once it's dry, it's time to cut it out. It's up to you whether you want to cut on the outside of the black line or on the inside. If you cut on the outside, the black line will be on your finished product. And if you need help cutting, please ask a parent, guardian, or staff for help. Now that we have our great looking leaf, it's time to hang it up. I'm going to flip it over and use some tape to attach it to my window. For the tape, I'm going to loop it around, making an O shape with the sticky part on the outside. I'm going to put it on my leaf and then make 2 more loops of tape to put on the leaf to attach it to the window. Next, I found the window where I want to attach it, so I'm going to place it where I want and gently press down on the tape to secure the leaf to the window. And there we have our leaf sun catcher. I've done some other leaf shapes and tissue paper color variations to give you some inspiration. As you can see, they look pretty beautiful when the sun shines through them. I hope you have fun making your own leaf sun catcher, and thanks for watching.